So another Nigerian man, today we're talking about what Nigerian men are saying. Another Nigerian man, he tweeted and said, "Dear women, please understand first that you should not provoke your men.
Statement of fact.
In any event that he hits you, Kuku understand that he's trying to correct you
Totally
about
right.
something you did wrong that got him deeply offended." Join us on the show to have this conversation is Savage Trap Queen in the building. Good to have you on the show.
Good to be here.
Good. You can call us on 070-806-68014. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweet. We'll introduce you and get into you a bit later, but let us just start this conversation on men saying that, this man actually, this one man, just one man, saying that don't provoke your men. Now, there are two parts of this. Provoking, what is provoke? And secondly, should any provocation lead to you being slapped or being hit?
To that question now.
Should any provocation, should it lead to that? Or should men be asked to control their emotions such that no matter how provoked you are a man and you don't hit? What are your thoughts on this? Nima, go ahead.
Okay, so anybody, man or woman, don't provoke your spouse. Statement of fact. So you should learn what their limits are and don't push it. I think that's respect in marriage for all parties. Now, me, I don't know whether you are beating your... Because, okay, which animal is stubborn? A goat.
A goat.
That stole your yam. That you have to correct that person with the beating. Because don't beat your maid safe. Don't talk of your child. Don't talk of your wife. In correcting, I totally disagree.
If you're married to somebody that you're 30 years older, like, I mean, I know people who...
If you're 90 years older...
No.
Go far. You cannot beat the person.
So you're married to a 70-year-old man and you're like 30 or you're 40 and you're just...
Right, there's no justification for it.
I have seen it happen. I've seen a man who married somebody young and felt that I'm disciplining you.
No, it's not proper.
He married his child.
What do you think?
It's not proper. It's not proper at all because I myself have been a victim of assault. So I won't want any female or anyone in particular.
Did you provoke the person that hit you?
No, I did not. I only requested for my pay. And it went all violent on me and got all beaten with swords and everything. He did it the first time. He apologized.
Okay.
And I forgave him
Right.
because we had this working
Arrangement.
arrangements.
Right.
And I didn't want to breach, and I also actually wanted to get my pay because that was supposed to be my last period with him. And he did it again.
Wow.
So we've gotten to a place.
I don't, no matter how provoked anybody could be, either a man or a woman, I feel like most times I get provoked too. I see tweets on social media, Instagram, people throwing insultive words at me. Am I going to go to the house to start fighting with them? No. If you're saying someone one-on-one, I feel you should just walk out.
Okay, all right, point taken. Let me come to Bioniji. What are your thoughts on this?
My thought on this is that provocation rarely serves as a legal defense. Provocation is not an excuse to hit someone. If you feel that you have anger management issues, please attend anger management classes.
This girl is savage. You are the real savage here.
See, Obiaguru took us to a major issue. Provocation actually absorbs in assault cases completely. It's only in murder that it reduces the offense.
Wow.
It's annoying. That I would just say,
So somebody can prove provocation.
Yes, so you abuse my ancestors, and there are cases where the court varies it.
Yes,
So
it
if I can come and say, you're a bastard, that's terrible, a terrible word, and the person can actually react and beat me up, and it will be absolved.
It may lead to a lesser punishment.
I feel that provocation, I'm provoked by what you just did, is very loose and can be redefined in many ways. Something can provoke Moriah that if done to me, I don't even see it as an offense.
That's it.
So where do we draw the line on provocation? And how do we teach somebody a lesson by beating the person? Because psychologists have proven that parents that beat, in most cases, beat out of anger, their own anger and their own frustration, not with the aim of correcting. And they've also proven that beating doesn't correct a child. So why would you think that by beating your wife, you would correct your wife from doing what you think is wrong?
Okay, the beating part is almost a given because people that this is something we've been in our society. I want us to focus a bit on provocation because a lot of women or men provoke their spouses? Because you are my own. There are ways they actually provoke each other. So let's talk about how should you know? How do you draw the line between provoking your spouse?
I've dealt with a domestic violence situation that is very close to home, someone that I know both parties. And when the lady was recounting the story to me, and she was telling me the things she said, I was provoked. I'm like, why would you say that?
To your husband.
That would provoke any man. Like, there's some words you never use. When we go into marriage, we must learn to honor one another. You know, give your feedback on what you feel is wrong without insulting the person.
Right.
And we must be more mature about how we do it. So if in your giving information to your spouse, it goes with insult, it goes with derogatory language, sit down there, you have mental issues. Is that the way people talk in your village? Or there's some comments you don't make. Let us learn in marriage to honor one another and think about it. That
So,
would I want
but in
this?
that situation, can that man be provoked to hit?
I felt that.
It's not justified, but he can.
She received a beating. I felt there was provocation. I felt the provocation was really huge.
hold on a
I felt he could have controlled himself
I'm
better,
hearing
but there
something
was
I
a
don't agree
provocation.
with.
Okay.
If the man uses derogatory words at her, is she allowed to slap him?
No. We both agree that there's nothing.
Just let me land this point. Because, okay, in my marriage, for instance, when I'm provoked, walking out for me is the way. And walking out
the
is what
best
provokes
option.
my husband. So you need to understand per person what we are dealing with. My husband is upsetting me and I can't stand there anymore. I leave to another room. But he finds it that I'm talking to you, you're moving out. So we've learned, I will just put, can I go? I need to go right now. I need to go now. So he understands I'm provoked.
That's not provocation.
Hold on.
I'm saying provocation as per.
There are some things that you established it that you think is derogatory, and you don't know where this person is coming from, and those things are from his background experiences. That
But let me
Use words that honor one another.
another.
In marriage, always use words that honor one another. Don't use any
They tell you couples fight.
Hold on. There's an established derogatory thing in Africa where you put a leaf in your mouth in front of a deaf person. Do you know the meaning?
I don't know what it means, but I know it's a derogatory signal.
So I'm a stupid girl now from Edo State, and I come to Yoruba land. I just cut leaf. I put in my mouth, and I'm beating. You are calling the person deaf and you're insulting the person.
Oh, really? Okay, let me take this call. Hello, are you
You can't
there?
interpret it up and down what is it.
That's why we started.
Hello?
That's where we started from.
Chinaya, are you there?
Provocation
Morning,
is
go
wide.
ahead, please.
Yeah, please, really, I want to, I don't know if time will permit, I want to touch on three subjects people have discussed this morning.
Fast.
One is the issue of a man, a wife competing with the husband.
Right.
Really, men are not scared about their wives being successful or progressive, but at times, like the other lady said, it got into women that they start competing with their fellow out there. You know, competing with some women that, you know, that are rich or that are in high class, forgetting where they are coming from. That's their husband and their family background. It makes the man, and when you see that disparity of behavioral pattern of the woman changing because of the people that she mingles with.
Okay.
Like Nima also said, there is room for the man to call her and inform her about her sudden changes because of her status now. But as a woman, at times they find it difficult because she has started mingling with people out there.
Okay,
They are competing
point
on
taken.
cars, clothes, and all the rest of them. Secondly, there is no man that would like to beat the wife, except that.
Okay, there's no one that would like to beat his wife. Go ahead, Beniju.
Okay, I would speaking of the issue of provocation. Provocation is any event that would cause a reasonable person to lose their self-control. So I would agree with Nima by saying that you shouldn't provoke each other. The husband should not provoke the wife should not provoke the husband. However, provocation is not a justification for domestic violence or abuse. It is not. So she suggested working out, working away. So look for other things to do.
Tucker said earlier that provocation can be relative. What provokes you is not what provokes you. So different people can actually interpret this in different ways. I remember I've shared this story before when in my early marriage, where myself and my husband were going back at each other, and I was like, "Do you want to hit me? What nonsense is that?" He said, "Mariah, if you pass this line, if you cross this line," this exactly like he was in a room, and I was in the corridor. He said, "If you cross this line, what will happen? You don't like it. I loaned myself brain." I said, "Okay." I wanted to cross that line because what can he do? What do you want to do? I just went back to my room and I closed the door. Now, obviously, after I shared that story, people you have crossed line. Can he hit you? He won't hit you now. He can't hit you. And I want.
Even he will tell you later. I wouldn't have hit you.
He
wouldn't.
At that moment,
you shouldn't do
at that moment, I don't want to know what's going to happen.
You don't want to try the consequences.
So a lot of women want to prove that. What can he do, Seth? You want to hit me? So that's where we need to come to discuss to each other. We have to bar our way out, as they say. Is it right when a man tells you, don't talk, don't insult my family, don't do this, and you are doing it because you want to make a point? You provoked him. Now, you provoked him. Is it justified to hit you?
So, Mariah, that question is clear. There is no level of provocation that should justify domestic violence. That's on both sides.
What should the man do at that moment?
Because
what should that man do at that
in
moment?
some cases, the men are the ones that are on the receiving end of the violence.
So what should the spouse who is provoked do?
Let me say
I believe that there should be communication to understand how we will deal with crisis. Mariah, because every provocation is unavoidable. There will be provocation, whether we plan for it or not, because when we're angry, we will do something to hurt the person. And so provocation will happen. Is that when we get provoked, when we deal with it, we must not do things that we will regret forever. Violence is part of things you will regret forever. So have that discussion up front when things are sweet. That's sweet that if I offend you, if I do something that really hurts you, how do you think we should handle this? That way, we have discussed what we should do. We already have a game plan, exit plan for when we are provoked. So if I deploy the exit plan, you will know that, oh, that's really provoked this girl. Oh, she's deploying.
So before we go to that maturity,
but do you know that in such situations, everybody's angry, everybody head is up, and they might not even remember. They won't even remember. Oh, this was our agreement as to how we should react at that moment.
People are usually not seen when they're
it's just like this 10 seconds madness.
Anger management. So I have a loose tongue. And if you annoy me, I do. Religion has caused it a lot. So I can actually wake up in the morning and give it to you very well. Sometime about a very long time ago, I did it to my husband. And the guy waited for a full day and I was still enjoying myself. When he was tired, he locked me out. I keep your bad tongue outside. And I started feeling provoked that, how dare you lock me out? But it served the purpose because by the time I was sober, I was once sending SMSs that I must have gotten out of line. In marriages, it's peculiar per person, but nobody should raise their hand on another person. I think it worsens the situation.
But some people have told me, Obanije, that after they hit their wife the first time, they never did it again. She was able to reset.
Which kind of reset?
Listen, I know somebody that told me his wife, he was able to reset his wife after the first slap. And since that day, she has never crossed the line.
He has just subjected the woman to perpetual life of fear.
Yes.
That's what he did.
I think
so they don't have a partnership.
In hand. Yes, and that is the reason why she never did it again. That's not a way to correct someone. Is he even her daughter that he should correct?
But he's happy. They're happily married. The woman is happy. I mean, I see them. I know them. So the man is happy.
So you think the slaps serve this purpose of resetting?
She might actually be saying the truth. No, wait, hold on. She might actually now fear. If I ever say this thing,
he's going to hit me again.
So when you know your husband can slap, maybe just respect yourself.
Mariah, you know that we're trying to draw a solution. So I think that long-term solution is that every marriage should agree that we will never get to the point of violence.
Unique
but
ways.
Like anger issues.
Yeah.
You can't run away from it.
How will I deal with
your husband has anger issue? He can easily see a coach. He won't see a coach. Nigerian men.
So if he doesn't see a coach, you agree that, bros, you have anger issues. Or it might even be she having anger issues. We've seen women break TV. Mariah, women break TV. I've seen women break windscreen, came out of her house and broke the windscreen of the car. Women also have these issues, though it's not one-sided. So we have decided this is how we are going to. You just agree. You have anger management issue. So what do you do when you have this issue? Go and pour water on your head. So when I see that you're angry, I say, pour water, so that you get the signal. We've already have this figure to get it.
Husband and wives, whoever it is, just never get your spouse to the point where they are provoked to violence. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll focus on our guests. Oh, I have a call, I believe. Thanks for calling. Sorry, I was about to round up. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Please go ahead. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Hello, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
All right. Please, concerning the issue you people are talking about, there are some women. Hello, can you hear me?
Very clearly. We can hear you very clearly. Sorry, lost that call. Do you have any tweets, Tokwe?
Okay, we do.
Nima.
Musere Andrew says, good morning, guys. Provocation shouldn't make a man beat up his wife or girlfriend. There are so many ways to deal with the issue. Me, I no go eat our food again for the main time, both physical food and the other food. Ayodele says, my spouse says his wife earning more than him is an answered prayer, and that who is he to question God? The root of every marital problem is in this aspect is ego. And Mr. Modi says, some men will vow with their last blood never to hit a woman, but some women would always want to push a man to that last nerve. Everyone has his limits to self-control. And Sheyi Thomas said, God gives wealth in addition. The family could start with the husband being the breadwinner, and 15 years into the marriage, in the wife's career may take a faster pace. Nobody plans these things sometimes.
Exactly.
We have women
That's the point.
examples around.
Unfortunately, that's rebel, but I hope it's actually my electrician. I know he's going to kill me for saying this. He was one he said, Madam, after I slap her once, she resets. Now, she know they do nonsense anything. I said, hey, oh God, you slap her? I said, yes, I have to slap her. So, and unfortunately, because they had an issue, the woman came to my house, came to cry. I tried to understand. She said she's making more money than him, and the guy's complaining. So she was having that issue, and then he slapped her. You know, at that moment he hadn't slapped her. So he was not telling me the story of how he had slapped her before. So this is really surprised that she's behaving this way. That he doesn't want to hit her again. No, tell how I don't hit her again. I said, okay.
So the slap did not even serve the purpose.
I think that talking is better than
communication.
Yes, once you use fisticuffs to resolve issue, it's never really resolved. The root cause is still there, and it will brew out later.